I pointed my gun at the teller. The moment our eyes met, our bodies swapped.
Oh my God.
That's me.
My original body was tackled by the security guard, while I and the teller's body quickly grabbed the money bag and escaped through the bank's back door. But in the hallway, I ran into my colleague. She saw me holding the money bag and wouldn't let me leave, so we started struggling over it. Just then, a cop came in through the back door. My colleague immediately pointed at me and said I was trying to steal the money. The cop snatched the money bag away. Seeing no way to get away, I shoved the cop hard and forced eye contact. We swapped bodies again. I became the cop. The female teller was back in her own body, looking completely confused. I grabbed the money bag and slipped out the back door without any trouble. I walked into a coffee shop and had just ordered a coffee. Right then, 3 police officers came into the store. I got nervous immediately, tossed the money bag behind the counter, and grabbed the barista, forcing him to look at me. We completed the body swap. I picked up the money bag again and rushed out of the coffee shop. I was sprinting down the street with the cops right behind me. After 2 blocks, I started running out of steam. That's when a guy who looked like an athlete came running toward me. I shoved the money bag into his hands and made eye contact. Our bodies swapped again. The cops quickly tackled the barista.
What the hell, man? Where's the bag? What bag?
By then, I had already gotten away. I went into a clothing store and changed my outfit. The sound of police sirens was getting closer on the street. I didn't want to stand out anymore, so I ducked into a psychic shop.
You are not who you appear to be.
What did you say?
The owner spotted right away that something was off with me. I realized he knew what was going on, so I paid for a consultation and told him my whole story. This ability of mine had appeared out of nowhere. I wanted to know what would happen if I stayed in someone else's body long term. But when he heard I just robbed a bank, he didn't want any trouble and kicked me out. In the panic, I left the money bag behind in the shop. By the time I realized and went back, the door was already closed. I had no choice but to call the police and claim the owner had stolen my bag. When the cops asked what was in the bag, I couldn't say. The more I tried to explain, the more nervous I got. So they started suspecting me and called for backup. I immediately looked at a punk-looking young guy and called out to him. He turned his head toward me. In an instant, we swapped bodies. Then I waved at a woman across the street. She looked over, and wherever her gaze landed, I could possess. Next, I locked eyes with an old man who was opening a door.
Hey!
He looked up at me, so, right under the cops' noses, I pulled off 3 body swaps in a row. I opened the door and walked into the apartment building. In the hallway, 2 neighbors greeted me. I pretended to be confused and said I'd forgotten which floor I lived on. They thought I had dementia and told me we were neighbors. She lived in 2A and I lived in 2B. I immediately realized that 2A was right next to the psychic shop, so maybe I could climb down from the window. I looked at the woman across from me. But this time, the ability didn't work. Maybe it was because she was wearing glasses. Since she didn't work, I switched targets. Our eyes met. I successfully entered the kid's body. His mom took me upstairs. She thought her son was being extra good today. He went to bed without even asking for a bedtime story. Late at night, I quietly got up and looked out the window. The psychic shop was right below. I climbed down from the windowsill and got into the shop, but the money bag was gone.